Hello YouTube, we're back at Castle Combe for another day of fun in a Fiesta. Today we are joined by Rowan and his Evo. A lot of people didn't think this would ever happen, Rowan, to be on track. I said it would never go on track.
It's never going to see the track. Well,
I guess I was wrong then.
It was very close to it, it might not make it on.
Ah, well yeah, it hasn't made it on yet. But there you are, we're going to see how the day goes. Dan is here with his Mini. Yeah, we just keep meeting here all the time, don't we, Dan?
Just keep following me.
I do. Right, so I've got to do all my unloading. It's now about 7:30. I'm going to unload, do sound tests, and then let's go out and have some fun. So here's a closer up picture of the dash, and you can see the rev counter. So I've kind of put a still frame around about the maximum RPM in it. Now if you go and look at your rev counter in your car, you'll see that's highly likely to be around 7,500. So thankfully I upshifted early, so I wasn't at the top of the revs in fourth, and that helped a bit, but I got very lucky. But I'm pretty sure it did not go, well, it didn't go over 8,000 and it stayed under 8,000, so the car survived. I spent the next half a lap or so just making sure it was okay, but I got very lucky there, very lucky indeed. Right, so I'm about 4 sessions in now, letting the car cool down. We've had a good little run. Track's busier than expected, so nothing spectacular. The car does feel really good, but the only issue I'm having, it feels a bit soft, and I got a bad clunking on the front end. So I don't think it's the ball joints, I think it's the steering rack moving. I reused the longer bolts after I took the spacers out, and I don't think it's pinching the rack down as tight as it could. Either that or it's the rod ends. So we'll see, but I'm just going to live with that issue. What I'm going to do now though, I'm thinking of trying and connecting the anti-roll bar back up on the front and give it a try, because it's just yeah, it's not feeling as solid on the front as I would like. So we'll give it a go and I'll let you know how it feels. Right, so I'm getting ready now to put the drop link on. That is all I did to disable the front anti-roll bar, was remove a drop link. You've got to leave one side on, otherwise the roll bar will flop around. But yeah, so I quickly bolt that on now. The other thing to note as well is my CV boot over the other side, the one I changed, is leaking a bit, but it's leaking from the ends. I think I put too much grease in and it's just fine as well. So it's not a split or nothing like that, but we can live with that. But there is some grease around the inside wheel. So I've got to find the source of that knock, which we will look into, I think after today. I'm just gonna keep using it for now. So anyway, get this drop link on, we'll get back out, see how it feels. Right, so I'm going back out now for another session. Just finished putting the drop link on, so anti-roll bar's back connected. Dropped the front a couple of clicks now, so I think I am 19 clicks on the front and 25 or 26 on the rear, which is usually a stiffer than what I would normally go in contrast back to front. That's purely because the diff got a bit of decel in it, which decel on your diff creates a bit of understeer, so it's safer. I can go a bit stiffer on the back. Car's feeling really good, but I'm still trying to find better. The diff is amazing, but I'm just not driving that well today, so we're going to see what we can do. I still would like to get a fast lap and improve on my last time. There's going to be no visible time in now because yeah, well, if you know, you know. So all lap timing will be analysed after the sessions now, so you won't be seeing none of that on my dashboard. I don't want to get myself in any trouble. So yes, let's get back out and see what we can do. Right, so I'm back in from our session now, and that went alright. Felt good with the roll bar. I can't say felt better, felt worse, just felt a little bit tighter. I'm going to play around with the shock settings a bit more. Right, bud? Right, so I started recording twice then, and I found myself ending up talking to people mid-sentence, so I can't remember what I just said, but anyway, go back out now. I've had a look at the footage and everything. We've done a 119.2. My previous best was a 119.08. So I did think we'd hit an 18, but I think the temperature's a bit warmer. I'm not driving that well. So yeah, I can't blame anyone else other than myself. So I've done a little tweaks to tweak to the dampers now. We're gonna go back out and see what we can do. So let's get on it. Alright, so we're back in now. I've done a couple of sessions since I last spoke to you. I went straight out after dinner and I managed to get a 119.03. Bear in mind the previous best was a 119.08, but I gotta remember that I had the roll center and bump steer correction on when I done a 119.08 without the 119.6. So next session I went out, managed to do a 118.74. So I beat it, I'm pretty chuffed. So really my top tier time or best time with without roll center correction was a 119.6. So if we base the car just on a diff change, we've knocked almost a second off, so I'm pretty happy with that. But what I'm finding is to get clear space on track's really difficult. There's not many numbers here today, but there's just quite a few cars who are not quite as quick and they keep holding them up in the wrong areas. You know what it's like. But we're starting off fun. I've got the shock settings at the level now, which are way stiffer than I ever would have run before. If I'd run what I'm running now, I would have spun it, because I'm 28 clicks on the rear and I'm 18 on the front, so a good difference in that. But we've got the roll bar back on and the back end is moving around. But what's the good thing is, see, with the diff is giving me stability on corner entry, so I can then increase the rear shock absorber to make the car a little bit looser on the exit, but the diff is keeping me a bit safer on entry. And of course I got the roll bar back on, so the back is moving around quite a bit now, but it doesn't feel like it's at the point where it's going to cause me problems. I wish I never just said that. But we're going to go back out now, we're going to have some fun. Happy with the 118.7, almost a second quicker than the previous time, so chuffed with that. Rowan's doing well. I think Rowan is, let's go and ask him. Boys, do you want to be on camera? How's it going for you, Ro?
Yeah, great.
What's
amazing.
Your best time?
120.1 so far.
120.1.
Well, 120.19. I'm rounding it down.
How's it going for you, Dan? Because I know you love to be on YouTube.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, 121.4 I think it is.
Hey, the people might be thinking, remember last time you were on, yeah, you trashed your brakes, didn't you?
Proper brakes now.
So this is Dan's new setup, Brembos, and what are they, 330s?
Yep.
330s. Changed anything else since we were last year?
No, I think that's it.
That's it. Right, so we're gonna have some fun for the afternoon now. It's gone a little bit cooler, look. The sun is not out as much, so the dash has gone down only about 1 degree, from like 21 degrees to 20 degrees. So, but I think it's a little bit cooler for the tyres, so I'm gonna try and forget about lap times now. I've made an improvement which I wanted to do, which was the main thing. So now we're just gonna have some fun now. Right, so Dan got towed in our session.
I made it in.
Oh, you made it in, did you?
in.
You red flagged the session. What happened, Dan?
No idea. Lost all power. Steaming when I come in.
Other than your exhaust blow, is that how they normally sound?
Spluttering, so there's something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a misfire there, isn't it? Right, so we had a little sprinkle of rain, but I'm now running full stiff on the rear dampers, which I couldn't have dreamed of doing before on a standard diff. So that decel on the diff is helping into the corners, stabilise the car. So still got a 119.1 with a bit of damp, which didn't really affect the grip, it just affects how much you calm now, so I'm just going to try and enjoy myself for a session or so. Right, so back from our session now with the shocks on the back, full stiff. The car definitely moves around a lot, but it's controllable. The car feels pretty quick. If I get some clear air now, some clear laps, I'm consistently doing 18. So 18.7s are better than an 18.8, 18.9 on 2 good clear laps that I had there. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. I just wanted to get an 18. I wanted to prove to myself that the diff could be better, so I'm going to call it almost a second faster. Even though it's only 3/10 quicker than my best time, I think there's half a second in that roll center correction, which I got to keep telling myself I got to switch off to that 19:08 time, because it was hard to beat this. So if you can get roll center correction on these cars, put it on, because it's worth having, I tell you. But now I am happy with the car. I got to switch off the times, just enjoy myself. But yeah, I've had a good time. Dan's hasn't had such a good time. Dan has discovered that his misfire was because the supercharger belt was gone. Show the people, Dan. So that's it, supercharger. Once you run all your auxiliaries and supercharger.
Water pump, supercharger, maybe power steering.
Yeah.
Don't think so.
But on a positive note, since you last shown the car to us, you've had a CAE shifter, haven't you?
Yeah.
Look at Dan's shifter, boy. Yeah. Smartening his car right up here. So unfortunately Dan's day is done. But luckily, well, you're used to that, Dan.
I am,
She's
yeah.
to you all the time, doesn't it? But the good thing is you only live 3 miles away. So you now got to do it with no water cooling. Or maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to do another couple of sessions before we go home now, and I'm just fueling up, a little bit of siphoning, let it fill. So yeah, that is that. I will report back to you now at the end of the day. Right then peeps, that is it. It's the end of the day. I'm all packed up, I'm ready to go home. Another fantastic day. Overall I'm happy. It took a little while to get to the sweet spot with the handling of the car, but it all came good in the end. I'm pretty pleased with how it was performed overall. But there you are, I've had a fantastic day. It's been great. I'm going to shoot off home now because it's getting late. Probably one of the last ones to leave you. So I'm going to go. I'm going to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.